Welcome in to Tiger Den Sports. I'm Jason Darcy, also known as the Blind Tiger, and we have some breaking news that happened this morning. Slade Nagle is hired as the tight ends coach at LSU. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the coaching staff that is complete as of now. So do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I go live. So today, Slade Nagle completes the staff being hired as a tight ends coach. He was at Tulane for about 9 years, I believe it is. He was the offensive coordinator last year. Might have been 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. But Willie Fritz left Tulane, went to Houston, and didn't take Slade Nagle with him. Slade Nagle played at McNeese State as the quarterback. And I believe he even coached at LSU or was on the staff at LSU as an analyst or something like in 2009 or 2010, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a big time hire. He knows Louisiana. He knows how to recruit this state. And he's coming into a tight end room that's ready to go with you got Mason Taylor, the veteran. You got Kamorian Pimpton. You got Tradez Green. The 2023 commit. And I know I'm forgetting somebody, but I don't remember who it is. But anyway, I don't have names in front of me. I don't have stats in front of me. So trying to remember all this. But that's three big tight ends right there that Slade Nagle got to work with. But yeah, so Slade Nagle was a big time hire. Keep everyone in the state. So we're gonna go. We probably could talk about the defensive staff changes first. Let's see who y'all want to talk about first. I say let's talk about the safeties coach, Jake Olson. Not a big name. Don't know much about him. He coached safeties at Missouri. I believe he coached special teams a little bit as well. I don't really know a lot about him. He's a younger coach. He was with Blake Baker at Missouri for about 2 years. Blake Baker liked him and wanted to bring him over, so he came over. So we'll see how that works out. If I had to give that a grade for Jake Olson, I'll probably say a C+, just because I don't know him very well. I don't know his recruiting style. I don't know all that type of stuff. But I'll give the safeties coach a C+ just because I don't know him. But Blake Baker trusts him, and they're good friends. They gave him a chance, so he came over with Blake Baker from Missouri. I want to say Jake Olson also was on the staff at LSU years ago. So he's coming back to Louisiana to recruit. So let's go to linebackers and the defensive coordinator. Blake Baker comes back home to LSU. He was the linebackers coach when Ogeron was here, and he did a great job coaching linebackers with Damone Clark. I want to say he might have had Harold Perkins too. That was 2 years ago. Harold Perkins would have been a freshman, or he might have just been coming in. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I might be remembering wrong, but Blake Baker did big things with Damone Clark with the linebacker room. So Blake Baker is an aggressive coach. He took Missouri from 120th in the country 2 years ago to today. They were ranked in the top 30 in all defensive categories. He's an aggressive coach. He likes to bring blitzes, play man-to-man. They're 4-3 defense. So I believe bringing Blake Baker back to LSU was a big move by Brian Kelly. Some people might say it wasn't a big move, like getting a big-time defensive coach, but I think it was a smart move and the right move. Blake Baker probably should have stayed on staff when Brian Kelly took over, but when a new head coach comes in, they want their own people, their own coaches because it's their team. which is okay. But Brian Kelly realized Matt House was not cutting it and got rid of the whole defensive staff. So you bring Blake Baker back, and I think it's the right move. I would give that hire an A. You move the cornerbacks. This might be the unpopular opinion here because Corey Raymond's back at LSU as a DB's coach. I believe Corey Raymond was the right decision. He's a great recruiter of DBs. I mean, you go down the list, you get Patrick Peterson, Derek Stingley. You got Eli Ricks, but he transferred out. You got a bunch of corners that's in the league. Jalen Mills, Dante Jackson. You got a bunch of corners right now. And I know some of them are slipping my mind right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Corey Raymond got all these DBs to come to LSU, even like Dwight McGlothern, great DBs, Grant Delpit, Jacoby Stevens. So you get what I'm saying. Corey Raymond is a great recruiter. Now, some people might say that he's not a good DB's coach, which, I mean, you could debate that if you want, but you have to get the players here and LSU caliber players. You don't want 2 and 3 stars every year like we've been getting. So you either take the good with the bad, or, I mean, the way it's been going, you're getting 2 and 3 stars. So wouldn't you rather have Corey Raymond as a DB's coach to get these elite players here and cover up some of maybe his coaching mistakes? I would rather that. So I believe I would give the Corey Raymond hire a B+ because of his recruiting. And I'm just not totally sold on his coaching aspect of it, but great guy. He's going to get the players here that you want and that you need at LSU. So now we'll move to Bo Davis on the defensive line. This is the biggest hire you can have besides bringing Blake Baker in. Bo Davis coached at LSU a long time ago. He's regarded as like the number 1 defensive line coach in the country. He's getting paid $1.2 million a year for a position coach. That is really good. That says a lot about his coaching style and his recruiting. I mean, I can't go through the list right now. I don't have lists in front of me. Remember, I'm doing this blind right off the top of my head. So I don't have stats and numbers and people right in front of me that played for him and that he recruited. I don't know everybody, no. But y'all know, y'all seen reports. Y'all probably Googled it. Bo Davis is the number 1 defensive line coach in the country. And to bring him in where LSU is struggling to get defensive linemen recruiting, I think that's a huge pickup because Bo Davis will recruit you the top defensive linemen that you need at LSU. Right now, we're very thin at defensive tackle. And apparently, Bo Davis is going to coach the defensive tackles, the inside defensive linemen, which I'm fine with. Focus on that one position, bring them in. But what I'm saying is, right now, LSU's thin. We got Jacoby and Guillory coming back. We have Jalen Lee, Demarion Johnson, the freshman coming in. Dominic McKinley, he's committed right now. He's supposed to sign in February as a freshman. You got, I don't know if Gabe Wellerford's going to play defensive tackle or DN. Didn't hear that yet. But you don't have a bunch of depth right there. The only one you got really is Jacoby and Guillory. So Bo Davis is going to hit the trail very hard because that's what we need. I think we're probably going to have to move Savion Jones from defensive end to defensive tackle to help out that position. And I think that's what they might do. They're going to beef him up a little more. I think he was at 285 this past year. He'll probably get to 300, 305 as a defensive tackle. And I think he might do good as a defensive tackle. But Bo Davis will bring dominant defensive tackles here and defensive linemen in general to LSU. So I'm gonna give that hire an A plus. Y'all let me know what the grades are for each position coach that I went through so far in the comments. I would like to hear y'all opinions on it as well. Then you go through to the. I mean, this is just I mean, I can't think of the word I want to say, but like an X factor hire here. Kevin Peoples came over from Missouri as well with Blake Baker. Kevin Peoples was the edge coach, where she coached edge rushers, defensive ends, outside linebacker rushers. That's what he coached. That was his specialty. And to bring him over from Missouri, he's a great veteran of the game. I think he got 30 plus years of experience. So, and this past year, he got the #1 defensive lineman to commit to Missouri. That's saying a lot because Missouri hasn't been that great of a school in a very long time. But Kevin Peoples is that good of a coach. So, with Kevin Peoples and Bo Davis on the defensive line, edge rusher, I mean, Harold Perkins will have a field day and feasting on quarterbacks this next year because they know how to rush. They know how to work with the linebackers, the edge rushers. So I'm gonna give that hire an A as well. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all ratings are. So now we move over to the offense. Joe Sloan, Cortez Hankton is staying at LSU as co-OCs. I think that's the best decision that Brian Kelly could have made. If he did not make that decision, I believe some team somewhere would have probably grabbed one of them as an offensive coordinator, because Cortez Hankton and Joe Sloan both deserve to be an offensive coordinator. So to promote them to co-OCs, I think was the best decision for LSU. And you got to remember too, Brian Kelly also called plays. He's an offensive-minded guy, so he's going to be able to help that. So keeping Joe Sloan as the quarterbacks coach and OC, Joe Sloan's going to call plays, and Cortez Hankton, the wide receiver coach, and he's going to come up with the game plan as well. They're going to work together. I think it's going to work out really good. You know the old saying, 2 heads are better than 1. I believe it's true in this case. So that's 2 coaches that stay put. Frank Wilson, what he's doing in the running back room. He got Harlem Berry to commit. Frank Wilson's one of the best recruiters in Louisiana. He's staying put. But the newest coach on the staff is Slade Nagle. Like I said, Slade Nagle is coming over from Tulane. 9 years there. Recruited Louisiana. He's going to do great at LSU. He got a tight end room here, and he's going to do a really good job here. And that's what I truly believe. Y'all leave some comments. Let me know what y'all think of the coaching staff. Now, the one area that I'm not sure what they're going to do is special teams coach, because they didn't hire one. I don't know if Jake Olsen, the safeties coach, is also going to work with the special teams. I don't know. Last year, John Jancic started off as a special team coordinator and outside linebackers coach, or something like that. I forget the whole thing. But things happen. Jimmy Lindsey had some health issues, so they had to shuffle the coaching around, and we didn't really have a great special teams coach. We had Greg Clayton back there just fair catching balls, but that's not what LSU is. LSU used to be a great special teams team. I mean, you had Odell Beckham, you had Tre'Davious White, you had all these guys, Dante Jackson, that return punts, kicks, and you seem to not have that right now. So I'm not sure if that's just a special teams coach thing or if that's just Brian Kelly's philosophy on special teams. I really don't know. If y'all know anything, y'all let me know. But that's all I have for this show. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. Y'all do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, like button, share button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next live stream. All right, let me see if I can end this. It probably won't let me.